What's up, everyone? We are Our Lady Peace, and we are incredibly happy and proud to be the official Canadian ambassadors for Record Store Day Canada this year. You know what's funny? When I was a kid, I, like everyone in Toronto that grew up in Toronto, I remember the Big Sam or the Record Man because it was such an iconic thing with the two huge records. But I grew up in Etobicoke, south of Eglinton. There was a small Sam the Record Man, tiny, in a little plaza called Royal York Plaza. And I used to go there on my bike with like $3 and I'd buy singles. That's all I could afford, right? So I remember buying like the first Van Halen single. And I remember buying Black and Black by AC/DC, but just as a single. Crazy.
I love vinyl. It's a pleasure to finally get all of the OLP catalog on vinyl. The problem is that in the mid late 90s when we were making those CDs, you weren't confined by the time. And a vinyl ideally is about maximum 20 minutes per side. That's why if you listen to some of those old AC/DC records and Zeppelin records, there's maybe 6 to 8 songs on a vinyl. So the trick has been trying to get the old OLP vinyl to sound good, because the more songs you try and put on it, more compression happens and the worse it sounds. So we've struggled a little bit with that, but we got it to a point where it all sounds amazing. I am building my vinyl collection, but funnily enough, I don't even have Spiritual Machines 2 on vinyl yet, because we didn't make enough, and they've all been given away.
When it comes to vinyl specifically, a few things I think are cool. One, I love going to record stores, specifically vinyl stores now. It's really interesting to me because back in the 60s and 70s, the record industry was just so huge that people were just pumping records out once a year, like constantly. So that's one thing I love about record stores is I'll find all these records by artists I loved that I thought I knew their catalog really well, but I'll find records that they have I didn't know existed, especially in the jazz world and stuff, because they would just make lots of records.
Hey, it's Jason from Our Lady Peace, and we are so excited to be the ambassadors for Record Store Day Canada. One of my first vinyl memories was when my dad showed me his collection of the original Beatles singles. He grew up in Liverpool, England, and my grandfather was actually a police officer, and he would come over and shut them down with noise complaints as they were rehearsing. So he's got these absolute original singles from the Beatles, and nothing beats vinyl.